In the past, I have shown you how to do a dilation when the center is 0, 0. And that was simple because if you had a scale factor of 2, you could just multiply all the coordinates by 2, and then that would give you the dilation, which would be, in this case, a triangle that's twice as big as the one you see here. Now, it's a little bit more complicated when the center is not 0, 0, and that's what I'm going to show you in this video. Now in this case, the center of dilation is the point -3, 5, and I went ahead and I'm showing that point in red. So here's what you have to do. Let's take it one point at a time. Point A is this point -3, -1. That's this point right here that I just drew in green. Now, how would I get from the center to point A? Well, this is relatively simple because I would just drop straight down like this. Okay, I just went from 5 to -1, so that was 6 units that I just moved straight down. Since we're doing a scale factor of 2, then the image should be 12 units down. I'm just going to double the motion that I did. So the original motion from the center to point A is 6. So the new distance from the center to the new point should be 12. So I've already got 6 right there, so I can just keep going another 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, forgive me for my squiggly crooked line right there. Alright, so this should be my new point A. Well, A prime. Okay, and that A prime is the point -3, -7. Alright, so A prime is -3, -7. Alright, let's move on to point B, which is -1, 2. That's this point right here. I think I'm going to erase the guidelines that I just did to leave it more clear. Okay, how would I get from the center to point B? I like to do horizontal and then vertical because it reminds me of doing X and then Y. That's the order of the coordinates in an ordered pair. So to get from my center to point B, I would go to the right 2, and then I would drop down 3. Okay, so I went right 2, and I went down 3. So since the scale factor is 2, I need to double that. So to arrive at the point B prime, instead of going right 2 and down 3, I need to go right 4 and down 6. Alright, I'm just doubling the original motion. So if I go right 4, there's 2, and then there's 4, and then now I'm going to go down 6. So there's 3, and then there's 6. Okay, so B prime should end up right here. Okay, so there was A prime, and then this is going to be B prime. So B prime is at 1, -1. So let's record that. B prime is at 1, -1. Alright, again, I'm just going to erase my old guidelines so you can more clearly see what I'm doing. So now I need to get from the center to point C. And of course point C is the point 1, -2, which is right here. So if I wanted to travel from the center to this point, I would have to go over this much, and I would have to go down this much. Okay, what did I just do? So I went over 4, and I went down, let's see, that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just double check. Yeah, so I went right 4 and down 7. So since the scale factor is 2, point C prime, to get to point C prime, I'm going to have to go right 8 and down 14. Alright, so here I go. So starting from the center, I'm going to go right 8, so there's 4, and there's 8, and now I need to go down 14. Okay, so that should be here. Alright, that makes sense because this is 5 and this is 9, above and below the x-axis, so that's a total of 14. So here is my point C prime. Okay, so C prime is at 5, comma, -9. Alright, now I'm just going to erase these guidelines, and it's time to go ahead and draw the image, draw the dilation. And that, my friends, is how it is done. So that's it for problem number 1. The other 3 problems on this assignment are almost the same as problem number 1. So I encourage you to pause the video, try to do problem number 2 here by yourself, and then play the video and see how you did. Alright, I'm going to assume that you did that. Okay, so again, let's just take this one point at a time. This time we're going to dilate from the point -4, -2, which is right here. So let's start with point A, which is the point -3, comma, -1. So if I wanted to get from the center to point A, I would have to go up 1 and right 1. So since the scale factor is 2, then if I want to get to the point A prime, I'm going to have to double that motion. So instead of going up 1, right 1, I now will go up 2, right 2. Okay, so this should be the location of A prime right here. Okay, and that is the point -2, comma, 0. So we'll just write A prime is at -2, comma, 0. Okay, so let me erase my guidelines, and now let's go after point B. Okay, point B is the point -1, comma, 2, so we're talking about this point right here. If I wanted to travel from the center to point B, I would have to go up this many and over this many. So what did I just do? I went up 4 and over 3. So again, the scale factor is 2. So if I originally went up 4 and over 3, I'm going to have to go twice as far to get to B prime. So I will go up 8 and over 6. Okay, so there's 4, and here's 8, there's 3, and here is 6. Alright, so just double your path, and that will give you the image. So the point B prime should be right here. And this is the point 2, comma, 6. So we'll just write B prime is at 2, comma, 6. Alright, 1 point left to go. Let's erase our old guidelines and go after point C. Okay, here's the point C. right here at 1 comma negative 2. So if I wanted to get from the center to point C, this is very straightforward because all I would have to do is go to the right 5. So if I want to get to C prime, I'm going to have to double that because the scale factor is 2. So instead of going to the right 5, I'm going to go to the right 10. Alright, so there's my 5, and there's another 5. Okay, so the point C prime should be right here. And this is the point 6 comma negative 2. So we'll just write down C prime is at 6 comma negative 2. Alright, so I'll just erase the guidelines and draw this triangle. So that's what the image of triangle ABC should look like. Alright, again, you should definitely be able to do problem number 3 by yourself now that you've seen me do 2 examples. So pause the video and do problem number 3 by yourself. Okay, I'm going to assume that you did that. So let's go after point A, which is right here. If I wanted to get from the center to point A, I would have to go, so here's the center, so I would have to go left and then down to get there. So let's see, how far did I really go? So that's 5. Alright, so I went left 5 and I went down 6. I went left 5 and down 6. So I'm still doing a scale factor of 2. So that means I'm going to have to double that motion. So instead of going left 5 and down 6, I need to go left 10 and down 12. Alright, so here I go. So there's 5. And there's 10. Okay, now I need to go 12. Alright, so there's 6 so far. So I need to go another 6. So that should take me to right here. Okay, so this should be the new location of point A, so we will call it A prime. And A prime has the coordinates of negative 8 comma negative 7. Wait, I forgot to say A prime. Okay, so that's A prime. So let's erase these guidelines just to clean things up a bit, and let's go after point B. So here's point B. If I want to get from the center to point B, I would have to go left 3 and down 3. Okay, left 3 and down 3. So since the scale factor is 2, I need to double that path to get to B prime. So instead of going left 3 and down 3, I'm going to go left 6 and down 6. So here I go. So there's 3 and there's 6. Okay, and there's 3 and there's 6. So this should be the location of B prime. And B prime has the coordinates of negative 5 comma negative 1. Alright, great. Uh-oh, I just erased my center. I better put that back. Let's see. The center is the point 2 comma 5. So that should be right here. Okay, so erasing my guidelines. And let's do one more point. Alright, now let's go after point C. Okay, the point 1 comma negative 2, C is right here. So if I want to get from my center to point C, I would have to go left 1 and down, okay, however many that was. So let's see, that's 5 and 2, so that's 7. So I went left 1 and down 7. So since the scale factor is 2, I'm going to have to double that path. So starting from my center, I need to go left 2 and down 14. Alright, I'm at 5, a height of 5 right now. If I went all the way down to 10, that would be 15, because 5 and 10 is 15. So that tells me I should stop at 9, because that would be 14. So left 2 and down 14 should leave me right here. Kabam! So there is my point C prime, and we'll record that value as 0 comma negative 9. Alright, that's it. I'm just going to clean this up and draw the image. Alright, and there it is. That's what the image of triangle ABC should look like after a dilation of a scale factor of 2, when 2 comma 5 is the center, alright, as you can see right here. Alright, I'm going to do one more. I thought I should do at least one problem that had a scale factor that's less than 1. So you can see what happens. So you can see that it works the same way even when the triangle is getting smaller. But the procedure is exactly the same. Alright, so again, pause the video and try to do this problem by yourself. But here is point A, which is at negative 10 comma 3. And here's my center, the point 4 comma negative 3. So let's look at the original path to point A. Okay, I would have to go left this many, and I would have to go up this much. Okay, let's see. So that's 10 and 4. So that was left 14. And okay, here I've got 3 below and 3 above. So that's 6. So I just went left 14 and up 6. Since the scale factor is half, my new path needs to be half of this path. So starting from the center, instead of going left 14 and up 6, I need to go left 7 and up 3. Okay. Okay, so that's what left 7 would look like. And then up 3 would put me right here. Alright, so this is the location of A prime. So let's record that. Let's see, I almost forgot to write A prime again. A prime is at negative 3 comma 0. Alright, let's clean that up and go after point B. Okay, so point B is right here at negative 6 comma 9. So let's see, from the center, what path would I have to take? So I'd have to go left this far, and I'd have to go up this far. Okay, let's see, what did I just do? That's 4 to the right, 6 to the left. So that's a total of 10. And here I've got 9 above, 3 below, so that's 12. So I just went left 10 and up 12. So since the scale factor is 1/2, I should find the point B prime by going half of that path. half the path. So I'm going to go left 5 and up 6 instead. So starting from this point, if I go left 5, that would put me here. And then if I go up 6, that's going to put me right there. So this should be my point B prime right here. Alright? I can already see how this is getting smaller. So let's go ahead and clean that up so we can see point C. Oh, I almost forgot to record the coordinates of point B prime. So B prime is at -1, 3. Okay, last one. Okay, point C is right here at -2, 1. If I wanted to travel to point C from this center of dilation, I would have to go left this many and up this many. So what did I just do? That's 4 to the right, 2 to the left. Alright, so I just went left 6 and up 4. Okay, I just went left 6 and up 4. So since the scale factor is 1/2, I should find C prime by going half of this path. So instead of going left 6 and up 4, I should go left 3 and up 2. And that should give me the location of C prime right here. Okay, and it looks like C prime is at a location of 1, -1. Alright, now I'm just going to erase the guidelines and draw the image. And there it is, A prime, B prime, C prime. This would be the image of this original triangle after a scale factor of 1/2, when this little guy, 4, -3, is the center of dilation. Notice that the image is getting closer to the center because the distance from all of these points to the center is now half as much, as opposed to when we went the other way, when the scale factor was 2. See how the image is further away from the center? Alright, that's because A prime, B prime, and C prime are each twice as far away from the center as A, B, and C were. Alright, that's it. That should give you a pretty good idea of how to do a dilation from a point that is not 0, 0, not the origin. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this video. Go ahead and click here in the red apple to watch the next video. Click in the green apple to subscribe, or click the yellow apple for the full playlist.